The first thing I want to explain is, in Genesis, in the KJV, it says giants were on the earth in those days and after, not Nephilim. The giants were the sons and daughters of the Nephilim, fallen ones, who came down to Mount Hermon in the day of Jared. Rephaim are the giants, named so as it means the large or grand ones, giant ones. Now take a look at this face. Do you notice it's mud covered? As in from the flood? There's faces like this of the giants and the monsters and animals from the flood. Everywhere and anywhere you care to look in the world, you'll find them. Some as large as Enoch said, is 3,000 ells, which comes to equivalently 2.37 miles tall, all the way down to 14 to 12 feet tall. And the most important thing you need to understand is why God understood that he needed to destroy mankind and lamented that he created him. Because not only were the giant race their steps, but they also, on top of that, had intercourse with them and defiled again God's good work in the genealogy of mankind. That's why only 8 got on the boat. Now here's what I'm going to give to the world that ain't been understood since the beginning of this story being told. And it kills me because the scientists to this day can tell you that if they believe the flood story, it broke up the plate tectonics. That means mass and sheer weight. The kind of weight that's in the trillions, infinity personified. Now I'm going to explain to you how these rock structures were created. They floated, they were sloshed, some went way deep in the bile. And in all that movement of water and solution of rock, that solution got turned down to something so small you couldn't see a grain of it in a million times microscope. And in all that weight transgression, whatever got down in there that didn't half rot, as you see examples of that too in the world, was covered in mud, buried in trillions of tons, and compressed. And as fluids of the body leached out in the compression, the salient solution leached in, turning it into instant concrete. That's why you see fish having babies smashed out of them in the middle of fossilization. It took seconds in most cases. And the people of the world can't even understand that when they understand the weight of the world plus the water over breaking the plate tectonics. Now, I discovered this and I researched it. Now you understand why 90% of anything you see looks mud covered, but you can see some semblance of animalization or humanization. Just like this one, for instance. It looks like caked mud around the face, but you can see facial features too. And you ask yourself how this happened. This is from erosion. Every part of that liquid that leached out of the body turned to concrete. Everything around it was turned to stone, sediment. Then on top of the fact that you have sedimentary rock all around the face of the earth, nothing solid. To call solid rock, every bit of it is sedimentary. Proof. 2 types of proof, among others that I have understood and will bring forth, that the flood happened, flat out, no doubt, and science can't argue it. It's time we take back our world from these morons that want to say we had a great uncle 1,000,000,000 years ago that fell over a piece of plasma in the middle of a storm and created the first cell. Whatever. Your entire world that you live on is showing you something completely different. It's time to wake up and look at the results. God said in the day, all of his miracles will be shown to his children. There it is. One of many. And if you think about it, another way that makes this understanding true, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is if you could imagine getting off of that ark after a year and a half of floodwaters. What is the first thing you would think would happen to those 8 people? I would think they all would catch dysentery and die in a week. There were no hospitals, no medicine of any kind. This destroyed every single type of virus, bacteria, anything and everything was brought down and destroyed chemically under this mass weight globally. It took time for everything to come back around. I put this in a video, but for some reason, it didn't get any traction. So maybe YouTube will wake up and listen this time. Profit out.